call his name out? You didn't call the name out? Yeah. I wrote a very good, it's a policy that your company upholds. They came in after me. It was completely empty when I came in. That woman right there was the only person in here. I actually wrote you guys a really good review prior to getting this, saying what upstanding it was, how wonderful it was, hoping she would stand there and say my name, Charlie. Just Charlie would have been fine because she said his name. So I was saying, okay, maybe it's just going to be Charlie. And I was thinking she'll say just Charlie. And I was rooting for her to just say Charlie. And what did she do? She brought me my drink. Why'd she say his name? Twice.
All right. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And we are going to be talking about this whole Charlie Kirk fiasco that is going on in Starbucks. Now, there are a lot of his fans who are basically going into Starbucks, harassing the baristas, and forcing them to say Charlie Kirk's name. And if they don't say his first and last name when they get their drink, they go full on Karen. All right. So there has been a lot of news stories circling around this. Starbucks had to put out a story. I'm going to tell you guys how this all started. We're going to go through the different videos where all of these baristas are having these allegations and having these harassment situations as well. Let's get into it. If you don't know who Charlie Kirk is, child, don't even stress yourself out about it. But for everybody else who found out about him when he passed and now he's forced down our throats and he is, through his memory, the Karens are showing how they really feel. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is for everybody else who see the blatant vibes that is bringing out. All right. So let me just give you guys a backstory on how this whole Starbucks thing came about. And then we're going to get into all of the different instances that have been going on around Starbucks and people saying his name, so on and so forth. So when he was alive, he was doing tours and people were asking him questions. And some teenage little girls went up to him and they were so curious about his Starbucks drink. All right. These little girls had their MAGA hats and their MAGA gear on, and they wanted to know, and they were fascinated with the fact that every time they saw him, he had a Starbucks cup, and they wanted to know what his drink was, to which he revealed it.
My question is, what is your Starbucks order? You've been carrying a Starbucks cup around.
That's a great question. What do you think it is?
Somebody said green tea.
Someone said soy milk and
Somebody
soy milk
said
latte.
chai.
That's not chai. I literally drink this for one reason, because I lose my voice very easily. It is literally just Mint Majesty tea with 2 honeys.
My question is, what is your Starbucks order? You've been carrying a Starbucks cup around.
All right. So because he announced to these little girls that he drinks a Mint Majesty with 2 honeys, all of his fans have been going to Starbucks and calling for a Charlie Kirk tea and going berserk when the barista doesn't hand it to them and say his name and, you know, all of these extra things. So let's just go through social media on the different encounters with this Charlie Kirk drink.
You want 2 honey? 2? Okay. Hi, let me get a grande Mint Majesty with 2 honeys.
I'm hearing you up over here, okay?
Okay.
Perfect. What else today?
Oh, that's it.
Perfect. What was the name for the orders? Me.
The name is Charlie Kirk.
We can't do political names, but it didn't even ask for a name to begin with, so it's going to be $3.75, okay?
Oh, but can you write the name on the cup?
The sticker won't print.
Oh, you can't write on that?
I could, but I could write Charlie.
Why can't you write the whole name?
Because it's political.
Political?
Yes, yeah. Let me start teaching you, okay?
All right. So she went in, she wanted a Charlie Kirk special, the Mint Majesty with 2 cups. And she was kind of upset because she wanted them to write out his whole name, say his whole name, and put some respect on his name. So there was that encounter. Then there was another woman who had an encounter inside Starbucks as well. And she wanted to have some respect on Charlie Kirk's name as well. And she went full Karen and she went off on the barista because the barista called out a guy ahead of her. And she said, okay, here's Tyler's drink. And then instead of calling out Charlie Kirk's name, the other barista gave her drink and actually handed it straight to her. So she made a whole spectacle, went off on the baristas. And that is the video that I showed you guys first. They're playing music, so I might get a copyright strike, but to hell with it. Let's just roll it.
So you didn't call his name out? You didn't call the name out? Yeah. I am. Yep. Why can't you say his last name? Why are you being like, yeah, why are you being like this? Yes. Well, okay, why are you being like that to me? I'm not.
All right, so as you see, the barista she's terrified because she's like, you want me to say his name? All right, Charlie. Then she want to press her to say, no, you got to say his whole name. Why can't you say his whole name? It's like, girl, get your drink and go. Like, Charlie, bye. So as you see, the other ladies start pressing her. So then another woman ends up coming out to kind of address her and see like, girl, what's your deal? Like, what's your deal? Like, what's going on here, honey? Like, what do you need? What, like, you need attention? Like, what's happening? Okay, like, what's it given?
Prior to that. I wrote a
All right, and so as you see, the other patron is telling her, girl, don't trip off of her. Like, you didn't do nothing wrong. You didn't do nothing wrong. Like, girl, don't even worry about it.
It's a policy that your company upholds. They came in after me. It was completely empty when I came in. That woman right there was the only person in here. I actually wrote you guys a really good review prior to getting this.
All right, I'm sorry. They have the music playing, so I'm going to try not to get the copyright strike. But if I do, it is what it is. So now she's pressing another person.
Saying what upstanding it was, how wonderful it was, hoping she would stand there and say my name, Charlie. Just Charlie would have been fine because she said his name.
But when she did say just Charlie. When she said just Charlie, you said why you can't say the whole name. You know?
I was thinking, okay, maybe it's just going to be Charlie. And I was thinking she'll say just Charlie. And I was rooting for her to just say Charlie. And what did she do? She brought me my drink. Why'd she say his name?
All right. Sorry to pause it because of the music.
Twice. Not once, but twice. No, it's not. It's bad policy. It's bad. And she said she doesn't believe in politics, but yet you're willing to do this. And I wrote you guys such a good review in advance.
I really appreciate that. That's not my policy.
Yeah. It's a policy that your company owns. It's not though. See, and that's the problem. And now I'm gonna have to go back and I'm actually gonna post the good review that I wrote first, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna add this video to it to show that I wrote the good review first. I'm gonna leave the good review and I'm gonna post this video to show what an ass she made of herself and how you came out and you did this, because this is, wow. I didn't talk to her. I'm actually talking to you. It's called freedom of speech. This is what Charlie Kirk died for. I am a customer, a paying customer.
She said he died for freedom of speech. He died for freedom of speech. That's what he died for.
and I have not done anything. I am just sitting here. You're going to ask me to leave because you're going to call the authorities? Are you serious? Wow. You're going to call the authorities because I asked somebody to say a name. I'm disturbing what? I'm disturbing who? This is the person who made the theme. It's not though. See, and okay, I'll go ahead and leave the video too. I didn't make a scene. I asked somebody to say a name. That's not making a scene. I'm still not making a scene.
Somebody was asking, was that a cat? No, she got a dog in there. That's a dog. All right.
Exactly what Charlie Kirk died for.
All right. So then she flips the camera to herself and she's upset. And she says that this isn't what Charlie Kirk died for. And I'm like, are you like, did he want to die? Like, what's going on here? Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is not what he died for? Like, what?
This is what you all need to understand. It is called freedom of speech. It is getting shut down in America. And this young lady over here wanted to point out that freedom of speech is what is getting shut down. She is saying
Sorry, they have music playing. And we need a break from, you know, just giving the music a little break in between. But the next story, the girl looks like her as well, which is interesting. So
pre-recording like it's a big thing. This is a public space, and we are not allowed to publicly record in a public space. People are allowed to do their work. They are allowed to have their workspaces. They're allowed to have their laptops open, and they're allowed to publicly broadcast, and they're allowed to do all these kinds of things here in Starbucks. As a public, ask for their name to be spoken out. So now at this point in the juncture, I have to stop the video, and I'm going to have to go on live. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So we're going to go on live. So stay. What?
So that was her and her rant about the cup. Now, then there was a post by Awake Illinois, okay? So there was a post by Awake Illinois, and I'm sorry, Awake Illinois. We not supposed to say the S part, okay? They get, you know, people from Illinois get mad when you say the S part. I'm sorry, I'm from California. But anyways, there was this post that went viral on this Twitter account called Awake Illinois, and it says a patron went to Starbucks this morning and ordered Charlie Kirk's favorite drink, Mint Majesty with honey. When their cup came back, it was marked with the word loser across it. No customer should ever be mocked or insulted because of what they order or what they believe. This is blatant bias, unprofessional, and unacceptable. Call Starbucks out, demand accountability, share this story, blah, 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 blah. And then they added Starbucks number, they added all of their information, and then they shared this cup. Now, in order for Starbucks to do an investigation, they shut down the store that they claim this cup came from. And so, as you guys know, sometimes when you order from Starbucks, they'll put like a happy face on the cup. So this person is claiming that the person wrote loser on the cup. Now, Starbucks did a full out investigation, and they had to release a press conference because after they shut down their store for 48 hours pending investigation, rolled back their camera, looked at the timestamps, there was nothing written on the cup from the barista's hand to the patron. And they said there was nothing on surveillance of the barista person writing on the cup, and stating that this happened after the cup was handed to the patron. All right. And so this was something that Starbucks addressed in their press statement. So let's read it. And one of the comments, it said, hold on, one of the comments I came across was so interesting. This is what one of the comments said. Hold on, let me pull it up. Somebody had posted this on one of the comments that I seen under this same story. They said, imagine being so privileged you have to stage your own oppression. All right. And I'm like, child, crazy. So after they caused this Starbucks to get shut down and caused this barista to have all this online criticism and everything like that, this is what Starbucks had to say in a press release. So over on their website, they released a press release and they basically addressed the whole entire ordeal, where they stated that this interaction was nowhere on security and it was fabricated. And they also claimed some other things as well as it pertains to customers' names and messages on orders and so on and so forth. So let's read through what it says. So they wrote this message on September 16th, 2025, and it says, in response to online discussions about our policy for customer names on orders, we wanted to provide the facts and share some background. Starbucks is a company built on human connection. Having a name rather than a number attached to a customer order has been a core part of Starbucks coffeehouse experience for decades. Most customers use their own name, and when a customer wants to use a different name, including the name Charlie Kirk when ordering their drink in our cafe, we aim to respect their preference. Over the years, we have had instances where some people have tried to abuse the system. For example, they've provided something that isn't a name at all, but rather a political slogan with the aim of having our barista shout it out as they hand off the finished drink. In some cases, as their name, they have provided words that are sexually explicit or otherwise offensive. We aim to be a community coffee house where everyone feels welcome. So we have previously provided guidance to our partners to respectfully ask the customer to use a different name when attempting to use a political slogans or phrases in place of their name. We are clarifying with our team now that names on their own can be used by customers on their own cafe order as they wish. We believe handwritten notes on our cups are a meaningful way for our baristas to connect with customers. We have clear policies that prohibit political slogans or negative messages to help preserve a welcoming environment. In the event we receive a report that a message doesn't comply with our policy, we carefully review each case. We know that neither we nor our customers get it right every time. We also know the markers we use to write on cups are accessible to anyone, and therefore notes can be easily added to cups by others after the drink has been handed off by our barista. So this is where they address the fake loser name on the cup, and they say the following. They says, we reviewed recent social media posts alleging that critical comments were written on Starbucks cups. Our investigation, which included a review of time-stamped in-store video footage, confirms that in the cases shared so far, the comments were not written by a Starbucks partner. They appear to have been added after the beverage was handed off, likely by someone else. Hundreds of thousands of Starbucks partners and tens of thousands of coffee houses work hard every day to take care of millions of customers who come through our doors, and in millions of interactions every day, our dedicated baristas get it right. But in any instance where there may be a misunderstanding or where we don't meet the mark, we'll work to learn what happened and address any issues quickly. We are committed to creating a welcoming space where every customer can enjoy a cup of coffee served by a friendly barista, and we hope our customers visit us with the same positive intent. Thank you for being a part of the Starbucks community. So that was Starbucks. Basically, that was their response in saying that they reviewed the footage, and the person who said that they wrote loser on the cap was cap. I mean, on the cup was cap. All right. So that was their response to that. And also, in addition to that, people have been stating that they want people to boycott Starbucks that don't put Charlie's name on there or put respect on his name. So June posted on Facebook and said, boycott any Starbucks that doesn't put Charlie on his favorite drink. Make them make you a new one with his name Charlie on it. So there has been a lot of his fans dedicated to making a huge issue out of this situation. There's another person who shared that they go into the store and they make people put the respect on Charlie's name as well. And so there's that. So then after that situation, there was another woman who basically stated that she had an encounter trying to go and get a Charlie Cup special as well. So this next post comes from Autumn, and this was on September 21. So after Starbucks had basically said that nobody had wrote on the cup, the whole loser situation, then Autumn comes on the online and she alleges that somebody wrote a very, very offensive thing on her cup. So this right here is Autumn. Okay, so this is Autumn right here. And she kind of resembles the other Karen that was at the other store. But anyways, she alleges that somebody wrote something offensive on her cup. So she says the following. The girl at Starbucks thought she was cute. I didn't even support Starbucks because of everything they stand for, starting for their satanic logo. But I support Charlie Kirk, so I thought, you know what? I'll get his drink. All right, so first we're going to start there. Now, if you support Charlie Kirk, that's your business. You can do what you want. But let me know how this makes sense, right? Charlie Kirk, from my knowledge, had no type of like endorsements with Starbucks. He doesn't have any shares with the companies, to my knowledge. He doesn't own Starbucks, and he doesn't have any stake in the company. So wouldn't supporting him like actually be supporting like an organization that like he owns, or like supporting something that like a charity or a church that he attends, or like wouldn't that be supporting him? I don't know. I'm mixed up about how support works, but I guess you support somebody by making another company millions. I don't know. But anyways, so let's continue reading. So she says that she went to Starbucks and she doesn't agree with them because she feels like their logo is satanic, but she supports Charlie Kirk, so she wanted to go and get Mint Majesty. And she says, thank you, Starbucks, for proving me exactly why I prefer to support my small local Christian owned and operated coffee shop. I mean, if he a Christian, like, wouldn't that? Anyways. She said this was at Starbucks inside of Kroger in Town Boulevard in Middleton. And so as you can see, her drink was double cupped. And on the cup on the inside, she says that the words racist favorite drink was written on the cup, and that she had a negative encounter, so on and so forth. Now, according to her in her comments, she alleges that the person got fired, but I don't see proof that the person got fired by Starbucks. I don't see a statement from Starbucks saying that the person got, fired. But according to her, she's saying that, she talked to the Starbucks, they fired the person, blase, blase, blah, blah, blah. But let's look at some of the comments that people are making underneath her Facebook. All right, so let's just read through some of the comments that people are making. Somebody says, for anyone who runs into issues with any Starbucks inside a Forgets or Target, they're under a contract, and that contract can be void, like Lucius Barbecue at TQL. Another person says, my local Starbucks absolutely hates making them. I get an eye roll every time, and then they don't speak after that. It's a shame. Someone says, hold on. This person says, we are Charlie Kirk, Turning Point USA. This person says, the one in South Lebanon has always been really rude to us. We couldn't figure out why. I went into the Westchester location, and one of the girls from the South Lebanon finally told me that they think that we are racist, and that's why they nasty to us. Well, girl, why they think that you racist? Anyways, someone else says, let's see. Someone tells them to sue. Another person says, give a shout out to your small town coffee shop. Another person says they shared it. Another person says this needs to go viral. Another person says, stop giving her so much hate. This person says, my question is, why did Starbucks choose to make a Kirk drink? This is very leftist organization, and it's almost like they were just asking for trouble from employees. Well, Rhonda, they didn't make the drink. These people are forcing them to create the drink. All right. Someone says, I would have taken it back and told her to give my money back. Another person says, this is unacceptable. Starbucks, count your days. I can't believe she didn't wear that drink after you read what it said. And then Autumn responds and says, hate in response to hate isn't the way. Love like Christ, and let your light shine for his glory. Maybe I needed to hear that, but I sure hope someone like you is around to remind me if I receive some crazy ish like this. Someone says, how did she even know about that being his drink? Did it go viral or something? And then she said, yes, girl, a lot of people have been ordering it. And some Starbucks employees originally didn't want to write the name on the cup, but corporate released a press statement that a customer can get any name they want on their cup, including Charlie Kirk. Convenient that this came after the press conference, but we'll continue reading. So this says, do you remember the employee's name? She said, to a degree, yes. It started with M and have 5 letters. It was different name, but I remember it being similar to my daughter's. Share the ish out of it. It'll be viral by midnight. Make them famous. This person says, I would have thrown it in their face. Also, I've been telling every post I see about this to not support Starbucks. This person says, since this post was made, I haven't been able to shake this comment. I'm sure it wasn't literal, but moments like these truly show the hate in our own hearts. I've seen it in mine the last few weeks. As a fellow Christian, I really hope this has been the wake-up call we've all needed to see we're really no different. Repaying hate with hate is the natural flesh and human response. Jesus was intentional with his responses and acted with grace. I mean, child, honey, hold on, wait. I'm glad that y'all know, honey. Like, when you try to pretend that you ain't a thing, and then you remember that you are a thing, honey, let us know about it, okay? I like to know who hate. Like, you know, I like to know who my enemies are for real. Like, you know, let me know what side you on, okay? Let's not hide what side we on, okay? Period. Talking about, I just realized the hate, you know, child, is like, you did, girl, boy, whoever, honey, child, please. This person says, I would have assaulted someone. Impressive. All right, so this is some of the response to that, and these comments actually are not the same comments that I saw from my phone. So when I was looking at this on my phone, it was different comments that was showing up. There was different comments that was showing up from my phone. I read different ones. But anyways, so that's that. Someone says, how does a random barista in Ohio know what Charlie Kirk's favorite drink was? Or was it ordered to directly or indirectly support him? She must have told the barista, I'm guessing. Am I the only one who seems confused by this? This person says, so you went inside, ordered a coffee, saw this writing, took it in your car, started driving, and then took a picture? You wrote that yourself. This person, Sam, says, you definitely wrote this yourself. Okay. And so much more. There was a lot of different comments. All right. There was a lot of you wrote this yourselves. And then there was, you know, these comments where they says, I'll take things that definitely didn't happen for 800, Alex. And then this one, things that didn't happen for 500, please. You know, so people were making like you wrote it yourself or things that didn't happen. Like they were saying stuff like that on the comments to kind of, you know, call everybody out. And it's just been a whole lot of going on. Y'all know I got my Talk to Me Nice fans, okay? Child, because these people, you gotta be like, child, you have to remember some of these things is trying to provoke us for a reaction, honey. They trying to provoke folks just so that they can get a reaction, and it's given, child, don't give it to them. Okay, do not give it to them. All right, so this guy wanted to make sure he went and got his Charlie drink. And this is what he said.
So just got the Charlie Kirk drink from Starbucks.
The Charlie Kirk drink from Starbucks. And I just paused it because he got his music playing.
The Mint Majesty tea with 2 honeys.
All right, he got some type of music playing. And then he put on there, I made sure they wrote his name on the cup.
R.I.P. Charlie Kirk.
All right. And so black people are under his post and calling him out. And they are calling him, you know, a certain animal that you can guess. All right. So, yeah, I know how that go. Anyways, so that's the latest on that. Let me see some more of these.
This is a bizarre story. So a lot of people were trying to order Starbucks in honor of Charlie Kirk. So they wanted to get their, Charlie Kirk's name put on the Starbucks. It was like a viral trend, but Starbucks shut that down real fast. They said nothing political. You can be called Charlie, you can be called Kirk, you just can't be called Charlie Kirk. Well, a patron went to Starbucks and ordered Charlie Kirk's favorite drink, a Mint Majesty with honey. When their cup came back, it was marked with the word loser. This went super viral, 13,000 retweets. The store's phone number was blowing up. They did an investigation. Here's what they found out. After the Starbucks closed temporarily, the accusations went viral, 48,000 retweets. They confirmed, checked the security footage, and loser wasn't on the drink when it was handed off. So the accusation was that they ordered this drink and that somebody working at Starbucks called them a loser. And again, deranged people exist all over the place, but Starbucks has pretty well-trained employees, probably the best of any of these quick-serve restaurants. And again, it's obviously going to be covered in security footage for moments like this to cover their own ass.
All right, so he's talking about the situation as well. Let me see if there's any more of these videos. Candace Owens has been on a campaign where she doesn't believe that the guy who got arrested for shooting Charlie Kirk, she believes that he wasn't the one that assassinated him. So it says, Candace Owens claims Tyler Robinson didn't assassinate Charlie Kirk. Tyler Robinson maintains his innocence and has never been to and I guess he says he's never been to the UVU campus. So she made a statement, and this is what she said. I want to break this news immediately because it feels important, and I think if I don't break it immediately, something bad might happen. I hope I have earned the trust enough of the people to believe me when I say that I have verified this information but cannot reveal the source. Tyler Robinson is not a person who would self-delete. The entire narrative that was placed in the media about him having been self-delete capable is completely fictional, as are many other aspects of what we have been told. His father having turned him in after a confession is also complete fiction. To the contrary, Tyler Robinson maintains his innocence and has never been to the UVU campus. There are absolutely zero photos or video that the campus can produce to the contrary. And it says, which is why they have produced nothing other than a blurry image, which Tyler's family knows is not him. Tyler has never once expressed a thought of self-deleting. And I want to make it clear that the federal government is lying about absolutely everything other than the fact that it is his GUN. Not that we needed further substantiation, but Tyler Robinson did not author those Discord messages. I would like to again stress that he has never been to UVU campus, but, and I need to confirm this later, I believe he was around the campus on that day. I will have more on this later, but I wanted to immediately publish that the Tyler Robinson self-delete narrative plus the dad that did the right thing after realizing his son was guilty is a federal concoction. So she's saying that there's nothing to substantiate it, that she says that it was concocted, and she believes that he's not the one that did it. Do I believe her? Do I believe whatever? I don't know who did it. I don't know if it was him. I don't know if it wasn't him. I don't know. I have no idea, but there are people who feel like he was and people who feel like he wasn't. There's people who feel like the messages that the FBI put out are fake. And then there's people who feel like, oh, well, we know that he dated a trans and they feel like that they're real. All right. So there's that. Now, in addition to that, did y'all know there was a mass shooting today? There was a mass shooting in Michigan at a Mormon church, which was unfortunate. Condolences to them. Young Thug, he did a concert outside of the courthouse. So, you know, if you guys remember when he got released on probation, they had terms of his release that he had to do community service. And part of his community service was that he had to do a few free concerts. So as a way to basically fulfill his obligations to his terms of probation, he did a free concert outside of the Fulton County Courthouse. Now, he can only come to Fulton County around the times that he is approved, around these concerts and around, like, you know, these charity things that he has to do. And like, if he gets prior clearance. So this is Young Thug right here, and this is him outside of the courthouse, and he was doing a free concert. And as you can see, he's performing some of his songs to the crowd. Now, he was basically kind of like, the performance was kind of, you know, it was kind of meh. But recently, he has been revealing that he's not in the best headspace. He said that if it wasn't for his kids, that he would self-delete. And he's feeling like he doesn't really like care to be here because, you know, nobody is defending him or nobody defended him or whatever. But it's like, you were on the tapes snitching. So, like, what do you want? You want somebody else to mess up their reputation by capping and saying something happened that everybody heard happening, like, you know? So he's having a hard time with that because he's not really getting the response that he thought from the blowback of all of this. So, you know, there's that. They have posted his tweets that he said on the Shade Room, I think. Hold on, let me pull them up so that we can all be up to speed. And Bad Bunny will be doing the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show, if you guys didn't know yet. But let me pull up the Young Thug tweets. Blueface has also showed that he ain't missed no meals while he has been inside, looking a mess. But here are the Young Thug tweets before we go any further. So these are the tweets right here. He says, if I didn't have kids, I wouldn't even care to live. Then he says, I did a lot of taking up for people all over this world, and so far I've yet to see someone take up for me. Broken heart, good though. And then, or bruised heart, good though. And then he says, I feel like I'm not winning with the people I'm supposed to be winning with. All right. So let's see what the people are saying in the comments. And let's read some of these posts. All right. So somebody says, it's a hard reality to face the fact not too many people have the room to care. This person says, whoop-de-doo. This person says, I definitely feel like Young Thug feels similar to the way people feel when they get ghosted. Not only do they feel like your friend snitched on you, but you have to mourn the loss of the relationship with no closure. Child, what? Anyways, this person says, until you do right by Gunna, you're gonna feel like this. Another person says, one thing God will do is humble you. Another person says, you're not winning because you want to still push ignorance. When your freedom came with expectation of growth, everyone is moving ahead and you still stuck in the past. It's only going to get more lonely because you refuse to evolve. And I think that this comment is kind of spot on based on the things that he talks about. It's like everybody, the whole world was cheering for him and all of his co-defendants to push through this trial, and all of the other co-defendants came out with positivity and he came out with hate. All right. This person says, now you see how Gunna felt when y'all tried to end him. One thing about them tables, they gonna always turn back around. This person says, find a therapist and then join Gunna's Run Club. All right. Another person tell them, find Jesus. They said them was white tears. Another person says, all this because Wham didn't pick up the phone. This person says, imagine creating your own problems and then playing the victim. This person says, he's trying to make Mariah feel bad for him. Next caller, please. All right. So, that is what some of the comments are saying. What do you guys think about Bad Bunny performing for the Super Bowl? What do you guys think about that? They made the announcement that he's going to be the headliner. I think they went to Taylor Swift and Adele and they declined or whatever. They had announced that, and then it came out that Bad Bunny was going to be the headliner for it or whatever. So there's that. These are photos of Blueface. You know, he's been off of our timelines for a while because he's incarcerated. And this is what he's looking like. Okay. I wonder what his kids' reaction is going to be. Well, maybe they have been, obviously, well, they probably have been like FaceTiming him, so maybe it won't be a shocker. Because they have tablets and they have video calls now, so never mind. And I mean, they could go visit him, but child, what a night and day look. This is Blueface, baby. Yeah, Tatiana, what's it? Bust down, Tatiana. I want to see you bust down. Bust down, Tatiana. I want to see you bust down. When he be doing and watch it. You know, this is Blueface. Okay, he covered up his whole face in tattoos. He covered up his whole chest and everywhere around his body, like, and instead of like getting his mind, body, and soul together by like working out like most people do, he is just letting them draw on his face. He's like, you know what? Instead of me working out or like, you know, trying to do positive stuff, he said, you know what? Just put any type of cartoon, kindergarten drawing on my face, my neck. You know, just mark me up everywhere. Basically, you know, that's what that's given. And that's crazy. Now, what else? I was trying to just talk about a few things so that I could, let's talk about this. All right, so there is a clip of Lucci telling this girl, Zoe, about her boobs. Let's watch it, and then I'll tell y'all what I think.
Oh, you need to go get some booze.
All right. So he points at her and he says she need to go get some boobs. And then she has this shock look. And I didn't watch the full stream, but according to the comments, they say that prior to this, they were mocking each other and she was roasting him and they were like roasting each other. So I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't seen the whole full clip. But after he said this, a lot of people started to bring up Reginae, and they started to bring up the fact that Reginae had plastic surgery on her boobs. And so they're like, oh, he must have gave her an insecurity and he must be the reason why she got the boobs and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then people started clowning him about how big he is and telling him that he needs to give her some of his since he's rather large since he got out of jail. To me personally, I don't know this Zoe girl, but to me, a lot of this stuff be looking staged to me. Like she always has that same reaction on all of these clips. Like there was the clip with her and Kodak and she was like it, I don't know, like it seems like it, like, and I'm not saying that Kodak is like an upstanding person or YFN Lucci is, but some of it, like some of her reactions, I'm like, girl, is y'all staging this or what? Like, cause she always has that, like, if y'all know what I'm saying, like, I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but I'm like, girl, child, what's authentic, what's not? I don't know. Is it a genuine reaction? I don't know. Was she roasting him, not roasting him? According to the comments, they were roasting each other, but it's like, I don't know, honey. I don't know. I don't know about it. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? Waka Flocka bought his stepdaughter, Charlie, a house. That was nice. Maury did a post where he was letting people know that he is alive and well. And, you know, it's a whole lot of going on. It's a whole lot of going on. Rage bait, right. I believe it. I believe that it's rage bait. Cause I'm like, girl. And she always like, I don't know, something about her. I'm just like, girl, I don't know what is going on. And if this many people is disrespecting you, like, there needs to be a little more than, you know? Like, I don't know, something about it is just irritates me. Like, if this many people is disrespecting you, I feel like you need to stand up for yourself, or change your circle, or have a pre-conversation or something. Like, I'm not about to keep getting disrespected. Like, I'm gonna bring my uncle Nim with me, or like, if I don't, you know what I mean? It's like, it's too many instances where people have like done stuff, and then she's like, I'm like, I don't know. But lastly, let's talk about Romika. Let me talk about Romika real quick. So yesterday, let me pull up the video actually. So yesterday, this is the thumbnail for the video that I did yesterday, where I said, he's back online playing the victim after getting her life took. And baby, people in the comments were upset. My auntie told me, she was like, if you talk about that, call me. But it's midnight right now, so auntie, I'm gonna let you sleep. We just gonna brush on it real quick. But so yesterday I did a video, and I went over the fact that the guy who was her baby daddy, his other baby mama ended her life, how he was online and he was going after her family, and he was telling them, like, you know, I didn't even get time to grieve. I hate all you bees, and like calling out her family, like, and dissing the mom, and just saying certain stuff. And for me personally, I didn't agree with it. I didn't think that it was cute, and I thought it was like very much queen behavior. And there was a lot of people who were glamored by his version of events, and they felt as though, in so many words, that she deserved it, too bad, so sad, and oh well, give him his son. I don't agree with that. I think that was she toxic? Yeah, we talked about it. We talked about how she did toxic things. I did several videos, and there was somebody who was kind of like speaking and saying that they were like in contact with him, and they had kind of got a version of events, and they were telling me like, oh, he dropped his son off that day, and she only used the lunch thing as an excuse to go to the school, and blah 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 blah. And so I'm thinking like, well, damn, if she didn't have no business at the school and she just used that as an excuse, then yeah, she out of pocket. But then it came out that that was a lie, that she wasn't bringing the lunch just to bring the lunch. She brung her baby, which was their son, and she took her son to school, and she was the one who took the son to school, and she was the one who dropped him off. So that was a lie. So it's like, y'all want me to just adopt his version of events, just go with what he say, when part of that was not even true, that was being peddled around social media. And then the person who ended up telling me that, she later then came back and she did correct the misinformation. So I do appreciate her correcting the misinformation, but she corrected it after I made my video speaking about my confusion about how both sides were saying one thing. So I didn't really say where I felt in my second video, because I'm like, well, if she was the one who went up there and she didn't have no business, then, you know, if the girl had a restraining order and she used self-defense, then it was like, okay, you know, but that wasn't the case. She had a reason to be there. She had a reason to be there. They didn't. Now, does he live near the school? Yes. And that's another thing that people were also saying, is they kept peddling the lie. And they were saying, oh, this happened across the street from his house. This happened across the street. This did not happen across the street from his house. This happened near his house. This also happened near and next to the school, like in between, like his house right here, the street right there, and then the school is right here. Like, it didn't happen right in front of his house. So that's another thing that people were peddling to try to justify and claim that that was a reason that made it okay for this woman to lose her life. Now, this is the map. Okay, so I shared this in a previous video, but let me share it again because, all right. So the circle right there where that restaurant thing is circled, this is where he lives. And like right here, up here. You see where that the blue stops at? This is where he lives, at the top of the blue. This X is where she passed. This circle right here is the school. So if she leaves out of the school and goes left, like a lot of people was trying to make it seem like, you know, like she went out of her way to go to his house when it's literally the next street, like right here, but it wasn't in front of his house. But needless to say, whatever the case, I still stand on my belief. Let's say she seen him and her standing outside. She go drop her son off. She see him and her standing outside, and she go up to him and say, nigga, you got me effed up. Who the is that itch? You know, let's say. I still don't feel like that gave that girl a right to end her life. According to the witness, she never touched the girl Holly. According to the witness, her and Holly never had a physical fight. She was arguing with her baby daddy. They had their little tussle going on where he allegedly put her in a headlock and was roughing her up. But because Holly had a restraining order, they made it seem like, you know, she was a threat to him, and she ended the threat because she's fearing for her life and her baby daddy life. So she popped the threat. That girl was 130 pounds soaking wet. She is a stick almost. No disrespect to her. Rest in peace to her. I send my condolences, but let's call a thing a thing. She was every bit of a little itty bitty thing. On his page, he was over there bench pressing big weights. He in the gym. He got little skinny little legs, but he did work on his upper body, and he could have diffused the situation. According to the witness who spoke out, she stated that he was egging the situation on by saying, I'm gonna tell her to get the gun. Like, she gonna get the gun, or whatever she said in that. I don't want to quote it exactly because I don't have the right, you know, but something along those lines of like, she gonna go get it or whatever. So a lot of people in my comments, they felt like, oh, she was toxic. Oh, she had been harassing her. I don't care. I don't care. Like, and not to say it like that, but they both were taunting each other. They both had videos where they was getting at each other. And I still feel like it was a situation to where if Holly is wilding out, he could have held her or restrained her and told Holly to get in the fucking car, close your door and lock your door. And if Romika is acting like a damn banshee, call the cops. Lock your door. But no, according to the witness, you went to your car, got your piece out the car, came out the car, and then opened fire on her, tussling with this overgrown man. Like, I don't feel like it warranted that. If he was being a man and he wanted to diffuse it, I feel like there was a way to do that other than her losing her life. So there was a lot of people who, you know, they was talking mess like, oh, you don't have your facts straight. You don't know what you're talking about. She was toxic. And like, not saying that it's okay to be toxic, but that means pop her, like kill her, like what? Like, she arguing with her baby daddy, so that means shoot her? Like, how many of y'all have had arguments with y'all baby daddies. Like, so that means you should be dead. Like, that's what you're saying? You know, like, no, that's not okay. And no, I don't condone the way that she was going about it, but the way that y'all trying to justify it is crazy to me. You know, that part is crazy to me. I don't agree at all. But you know, that's that on that. There was a lot of people yeah, thank you, Rose. Rose said his conflict resolution is at an all-time low. Correct. Like, all-time low. Like, ridiculous. Everything always has to escalate, then escalate. Yes. 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 And, you know, I would feel differently if they weren't both playing the game. Like, he was on BS, she was on BS. They both were on BS, and it didn't have to go here. So, you know, that's that on that with that one. But yeah, I wanted to come and talk about a few topics with y'all. I'm really trying to be more consistent. Like, even if it means like just browsing through some content like this, like, I'm really trying to get to a point to where I am more consistent. Like, you know, I feel like even though like my streams have been really late lately, we're getting there. Okay, we're getting there. But yeah, so that's all for the topics. What are you guys doing with yourselves? Like, what are y'all talking? Hold on, let me see. I'm like, is it showing me the whole chat? Somebody said, have you seen the Cardi B documentary? No. She got a documentary, but didn't even know about it. No, I have not seen the Cardi B documentary. Oh, speaking about documentaries, this is something I wanted to talk to y'all about as well. Yes. You said, yes, Nick, be more consistent, girl, because there's always some mess to cover. Girl, tell me about it. We got to get into this. Hold on. We have to get into this. Now, I am horrible when it comes to like covering documentaries and all of that, but this documentary right here caught my eye. So there is a woman named Martha Louise, and she is the Princess of Norway. So you guys know, like, overseas, they have king, queens, princesses, all of those things. Well, in Norway, she is the Princess of Norway, right? And she decided to date a black gay man, an American black gay man. So the documentary on Netflix is about how she starts dating this openly gay man and how the people of Norway felt like he was scamming her. Okay? And I'm not gonna hold you. When I looked at the documentary, I'm like, girl, be so for real. Be so for real. Now, a lot of times when it comes to these royal families and stuff, there is some type of prejudice as it pertains to black and this and that. But I looked at it and I was just like, be so for real. Like, the documentary is called Royal Rebels. And this is the picture. Hold on, let me show you guys the picture that they have on the thing. And so in the documentary, they ask him about his sexuality. All right. And so in the documentary, he says that before her, he dated men. And he says before he knew who she was, she came into his yoga studio. I think he like does yoga and he's a shaman. And so she came into his yoga studio and he basically dissed her. He wasn't feeling her. He found out that, you know, and she was intrigued, like, oh my God, who's, you know, she felt like she was, clairvoyant or something like that. So she was attracted to the fact that he was a shaman. So she went to his yoga studio and she tried to, like, make a pass or something at him, and he kind of like dissed her. He found out that she was a princess, and then he kind of like looked her up, and then he decided to give it a try. So now when they ask him about his sexuality, he says that he's an energy person, and now like he is in love with her, and he's able to like not be with a man anymore because it's about energy, and because of her energy, then, you know, she's the love of his life. But all while you're watching it, it's given, well, it's just like, it's given it. I'm like, dude, please. Okay, so this is the Netflix picture. This is the picture that they used on Netflix. This is the picture of the Netflix cover. And the name of the documentary is called Royal Rebels. And this is her and him. So in the documentary, like a part of the documentary, they're like talking about the wedding. So she has been married before. She has been married before, and she also has kids from a previous marriage. So she tells him, and they wonder like, oh, like, do you want a big wedding? Do you want like a big extravagant wedding? Like, or what? And she's like, you know, I love him so much that I'm willing to just go down to the courthouse type of thing, like just sign the papers and just kind of like elope in like a private ceremony. He responds and says, hold on, y'all. Let me pull this down here. What do y'all think his response was to just like a courthouse wedding? What y'all think he responded? She said, I'm okay with just like, I don't even know if she said courthouse, but like similar to like courthouse, you know? His response was, I'm gonna be the first Black royal of Norway, and I deserve a royal wedding. And he says that he doesn't deserve just some private ceremony, that he's going to be the first Black royal and he deserves a full on shebang. So guess what happened? They had the full traditional wedding, okay? They had all of the, you know, the king, queen, and all of the whole thing of the thing. They had the whole shebang. And she made it happen because she the princess. It's on Netflix, okay? And let's go to his. Let me show y'all him. He on Twitter. He on YouTube. He is on Instagram. Okay, his name is Doric, Shaman Doric or whatever. Hold on, we got to get into this real quick because my flabbers were gasket. Okay, like when you see it, this is a picture from their wedding. Hold on, let me show y'all. This is a picture from their wedding. I was like, girl, what's happening here? This is a picture from their wedding. Child, them people is like, boy, if you don't get your, somebody said, are they still together? Yeah. Yes. They are still together. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up, y'all. 1 second. 1 second. Y'all have to see this documentary. And so, because a lot of people feel like he's scamming her, they have been getting a lot of, he has been getting a lot of, you know, hate. Because they feel like he is using her for her money. He is, like, trying to, like, scam her and all of the things of the things. They feel like he's, like, trying to take advantage of her, which, you know? You said she must be building her celebrity. No, she's the princess of Norway. She is the biggest celebrity there. They addressed that in the documentary as well. They said that she's the most famous person in Norway. So she doesn't need him to build her celebrity. Like, whenever she gets out of her car, she has tons of paparazzi. Like, they said that she's the biggest celebrity there. So that's not it. That's not it. She's not building her celebrity because she's very famous in Norway. Like, they showed her and him getting to the airport. They showed them like she's very famous. So hold on, let me pull up. So this is her Instagram. This is her Instagram right here. Let me click on this relationship quiz. I haven't seen this.
Quiz. Who breaks more rules?
For sure.
Definitely.
Oh, they got some music on there. What kind of music is this?
Who's the most stubborn?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, they got, I don't know if that's going to copyright.
Hi everyone, this is Shaman Durek, and I want to share with you something that's very important that's been on my heart for quite some time, because I've been hearing a lot of things going on in the press where people have this idea that I don't love my in-laws and that I don't have a great respect for my in-laws, and that
Why all these, why y'all got to put music on everything? Oh, they got music on all the videos.
it's just not true. In the documentary Rebel Royals, I talk about my in-laws not understanding racism. But the thing is, what I meant is that they don't understand the impact.
Child, they got that music playing. It's probably already done copyrighted me. But anyways, we probably already copyrighted, but y'all have to see this documentary. Like, y'all have to watch it. Y'all have to watch it. Have y'all ever had a friend or somebody and they with somebody and you like, or this reminded me of, you know how like around tax time, or no. You know that meme where the girl, she'll be at the cash register and the guy, like they have that particular pose where the guy is always in back of her and like from the back while she paying. Like, y'all have to see this documentary, okay? This is what she said in her caption. Okay, so she says, I can hardly believe we've already been married for a whole year on August 31st. Happy paper anniversary, my love. What a gift it is to share life with you, and what a husband you are to whisk me away to the country of your heart. is that Turkey, and the breathtaking sanctuary of Ahama. It says, what a place it was, filled with peace, beauty, and the warmest people. Every moment felt like a blessing. The serenity of the mornings, the powerful spiritual practices, the golden sunsets on the water where we soaked in the very last rays of light. I cherished every single second with you by my side. You are my forever. I love you beyond the moon, beyond the stars, beyond this lifetime. Girl, he is gonna take you for everything. Okay? He is about to, like, girl. Honey. What is going on here? Y'all gotta see this documentary. Y'all have to see this documentary. Y'all have to see this documentary, like, seriously. So this is what he wrote on this video. He said, being with you and the kids is the greatest joy in my life. Nature is so beautiful here in Norway. I loved our guide, and he was a wonderful man, him and his wife and family. Oh, that was another thing too. So apparently, he is a shaman, right? So a shaman is like basically the people who are like healers. So basically they like heal people who like have sicknesses. Like people would come into it's called Rebel Royals on Netflix. People would come into his like yoga studio, and he would like perform these things where like he would like make them cough, and then they are like are not sick anymore, or like he would be performing stuff on people to where like they wouldn't be sick or they would be delivered or whatever, right? So ironically, he's this healer that heals everybody, and he's like a person that has all of these talents, whatever. But in the documentary, he has kidney failure. I think it was kidney failure. And he has dialysis. And so he was like, yeah, a lot of people talk about me being a shaman, and they talk about like, well, why can't I heal myself? And well, it doesn't work that way. Like, I can't heal myself, blah, 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 blah. So I have to go to the dialysis center 3 days a week. And then it shows him like at the dialysis center. And then she's like, I hope you can, like, do you miss, well, I guess he used to make meals for them, like cook, you know, a mess. Anyways, so yeah, so that also, like, he's on dialysis. And he like heals people of illnesses, but you know, he can't heal himself. So he suffers from kidney failure. All right, this is them and Chelsea Handler. Okay.
5 tips for an amazing and wonderfully loving relationship.
Tip number 1, transparency and truth. Always telling the truth and always being transparent with each other builds a beautiful and successful relationship, because you can trust each other and know that no matter what is said, love will always be there.
2, take responsibility for your triggers. When you get triggered, it is mostly you who have the triggers inside of you from something in the past. It's not actually the person in front of you. Take responsibility for them and sort it out within yourself.
Tip number 3, hold space for the one you love. Always holding space, even if they have to express something or share something, even if they're yelling, just hold space for them. Don't go into a space of taking it personally. Hold the space for their dreams, their visions, and even the moments that aren't so great.
4, playfulness. Be playful with your partner. do new things, explore, have fun, always enjoy life.
And tip number 5, don't try to change anyone. The person you're with is the person you're with. Changing them only makes them feel inadequate and doesn't feel loved. Most importantly, remember that you can always offer advice and situations, but don't force it on another person. Accept them for who they are.
5 tips for...
The name is called Royal Rebels. Royal Rebels. That's the name. Royal Rebels. Ooh, now she got the black version. Ain't that the... She got the black version on there. Yes, Rebel Royals. She got the black version on his birthday, child. Happy birthday to ya. She said, happy birthday, my beautiful husband, and welcome to the 50s Club. You shine your light on so many people, and I am so proud of you, proud to be your wife. You're the most warm-hearted, fun, deep, amazing human being, and I am so happy every day we spend together. Love you so much. Hope you have a wonderful day today, darling. Ciao. Oh, dang, I didn't stop it on the right picture. But, baby, honey. If you like it, I love it.
What has it been like for you being you in Norway? Because you always stand out. You always draw attention because...
I don't know what she's talking about. She's talking to... Who is this?
What?
I don't know who that is. Child, y'all gotta... This is, I guess, the Hello Magazine. They on the cover of Hello Magazine. Princess Martha Louise marries Doric. Y'all have to watch the documentary to see. Y'all have to watch the documentary to see what I'm talking about, because I'm like, girl.
Put on clothes and you won in the world. And the more you
say that to yourself.
You say it to yourself, yeah. And the more you keep saying, I love how you, or I love when you, or I love how you did this, you are demonstrating an awareness of nurturing and care for yourself, but you're also demonstrating an awareness of that love. Because the reason what makes self-love what it is being aware of the way you love yourself. And so the more you bring awareness to it, the higher you go. I love how you showed up and you put on clothes. And also, you know, when you first came into that, that's what you felt. What I felt was something completely different. I was scared of you.
Yes, I know.
I was afraid.
Yes, I know.
I mean, you know, I was like, run.
What is happening?
Run, Forrest, run. Run, Forrest, run. You know, there's like lack a box of chocolates. You never know which one you're going to get. I was like, run, Forrest, run. And literally, I ran. And also, you know, when you first came into that, that's what you felt. What I felt was something completely different. I was scared of you.
Yes, I know.
I was afraid.
Yes, I know.
I mean, you know, I was like, run.
What is happening?
Run, Forrest, run. Run, Forrest, run. You know, there's like lack a box of chocolates. You never know which one you're going to get. So, you know, one of the things that's very fascinating about the intuition is the
Or when we go
yeah.
to ourselves or
Yeah.
like retreat after a situation, then I'll tell you.
I get a kick under the table, a pinch.
Okay.
Look at me in the room. Be like, can I talk to you for a moment?
And then Dirk is like, why are you kicking me under the table right now? And I'm like, well, because...
Yeah, I get a lecture, and it's like, no.
Or when we go
Yeah.
to ourselves or
Yeah.
like...
If you like it, I love it, honey.
And the interesting part is that if we don't update our soul contracts, we slide back to these old patterns. For example, when you, like we have explained just now, but also like a typical example is when you go to your high school reunion 25 years later or 20 years later or whatever, and you've had a whole life. You have, grown so much.
Ooh, look at this one. Look at this one. Child, can you imagine? Who doing the bending? Who is doing the bending? Who bending who? Because she got like the masculine like leather and the the button up with the tie. And then he got the skirt. Like, who doing the bending? Whew, honey. Mm-mm-mm. I mean, so this is her and him. What is this? Somebody said he didn't come from a wealthy family or something. She's calling out somebody. Hold on, let's well, I don't know what she's saying here. She said, so OG whore continues spreading lies about my fiance. This was before they married. They married now. Like I said on the podcast, whoever this person is just repeats the lies until everybody believes them. This time they're repeating the lie that Dirk was not from a wealthy family as a child because his mom says so, who got money from spreading whatever lies she could. When the truth is that he grew up in a good neighborhood. His mom left him at an early age, and it was in reality his mom not having money, not him. What? She wasn't even around. Dirk's father's bankruptcy came after Dirk moved out, so he was not affected by his father's bankruptcy. Slide 2 through 5. This is the house Dirk grew up in, Foster City, California. It is worth more than, what is that, 30 million today? And it's 321 square feet. This is the statement from Dirk's childhood friend Danielle about how he was one of the richest kids in school. Girl, he is scamming you, honey. Oh, anyways, she said, it is important to me whether she said, it is not important to me whether he was from a family with money or not as a child, but the fact that he was, and I am sick and tired of whoever this person is, lies about us and about Dirk. People who get paid to tell on other people, like Dirk's mom, will tell the lies the one who pays wants them to tell. In this case, whoever this is, the people getting interviewed are informants on a payroll and will never be trustworthy. This kind of journalism's purpose is solely to hurt someone else and is highly unethical and is very different from the ones getting paid for an interview about themselves, like Uni Askelin has been talking about. This is a different category as they get paid for the hours they are putting in for the interview about themselves. I mean, for the photos they are taking, my bad, and doesn't hurt anyone else. Please don't believe what whoever this person is says about Derek or me leading up to the wedding. From experience, I know it will get worse as we move closer to the wedding. It is so sad that it needs to be this way, as the wedding should be a joyous occasion for everyone involved. And then she said, hashtag truth be told, hashtag truth, hashtag wedding. And then they said, this person says, what is this? Annoying, aren't you ashamed? This is really embarrassing. Child, this is Norway stuff. Let me, yes. And they do like Harry and Meghan selling the wedding to Netflix. Prosecute all who criticize them because they know it gives them income. Shaman Durek is an overflowing basket of love and embodiment of acceptance to all. It's such a relief to me to know that Durek wasn't poor when he grew up, but actually came from a good family. Thank you, well said. Congratulations, I'm so happy for you both. Love is love. Don't pay attention to the media. What did this person say? What is your first husband? Poor guy. What said the family? Do you think about your children? This happened often when fire energy unites. What is going on here? This person says that guy is a snake oil salesman. Okay, love wins. Oh, whatever that say. Wait, what? Somebody said, watch and listen. The mother can't talk about Derek's upbringing, but the way Derek confessed him and Martha's sex life in the Ancient Wisdom Today podcast is okay. Then I was about to do this stuff off the chair. We're not talking about just anyone, but Norway's princess. It seems that Derek is information the whole world, including Martha's family and daughters needed to hear. Wonder who needs a muzzle more, Derek or his mom? Let me tell you about a telltale sign a black man grew up in upper middle class. His relationship with moisturizers and Vaseline is precarious at best. She said, now make what you will of that. I'm being shady, but it's a joke. What? You gotta translate some of these. Anyways. Ooh, these people is off the chain, honey. These people is off the chain. Like, what is they saying? Anyways, this is her and her daughters on Elle magazine. Those of you guys who was asking about her daughters, this is her and her 3 daughters on Elle magazine. Oh, y'all gotta get, y'all have to watch this documentary, okay? I was watching it and I'm like, and on the documentary, they have a part where he start dancing and they start talking about like how much he liked to dance and all that. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just not buying it. I'm just not buying it. I'm sorry. Like, and I do feel like there's a such thing as people being bisexual. And I do think that, you know, there is guys who can be interested in guys and interested in women. I just like, when it comes to him, like talking about her or like showing affection to her, it don't even seem like, it don't seem like genuine at all. Like, you have people who, you know, you can tell like, okay, this person might have dibbled and dabbled, but you can tell like they actually like the woman or whatever. Like, there is no chemistry. Like, it is no chemistry at all. Like, and then the way like he be going, and then the stuff that he be saying, I'm just like, ain't no way. Like, ain't no way. Like, ain't no way. Y'all gotta watch the documentary to see, like, it's given, look at that, like, it's given, child, she a royal and you want royal attached to your name. And she liked you and you basically decided to, hey, you decided to seize the day. Carpe diem. Okay? You decided to seize the day and make it do what it do. You said that's still no. This is Shaman Derek. He from California. This man grew up in California. They said in a wealthy neighborhood. This ain't Seal. Seal ain't American. Okay? Seal is not American. He ain't Seal now. He looked like him, but he ain't Seal. This ain't Seal, honey. This is her man. My man, my man, my man. This is them on whatever magazine this is. You said I'm gonna watch it on my way to bed. Girl, I turned it on one night. So I was in my bed and sometimes like I'll turn something on because I'm about to go to sleep and I'll just turn it on or whatever to like fall asleep to. And then I turned it on and I could not go to sleep. Like, once I turned it on, I was just I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? Like, I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Like, she don't peep the play? Like, she falling for this? Like, I was like, I was watching it and I'm just like, but yeah, so I wanted to talk to y'all about that too because I watched this documentary. I'm just like, you know what? There are people who have all kinds of, they live in all kinds of lives.
Who thought?
Okay, all kinds of different lives. And you know, whatever floats your boat. Okay? She said that that's her mans in them. That's her mans in them. Shoot. What y'all gonna do about it? But they got TikTok too. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the TikTok. They have TikTok. Hold on.
Relation.
She makes sure to tag her man. Oh wait, no, she tagged Netflix.
Hi. Greetings and blessings, powerful beings, lit leaders of legacy, and beings out there in the world who are turning it up every single day and remembering that love is the most important thing that we have. It's so important for us to be alive on this planet at this time. Also, did you get a chance to check out the documentary of my wife and I in the Netflix documentary Rebel Royals? I'm really hoping that you got a chance to see it. It's such an honor to be here on the planet, and also just to be here to answer some of your questions, and of course be here to support you in your healing as well. It's an honor. First thing I want to do is I want to start off with a prayer to open up the energy in the space. Divine Mother, Father God, Lord Jesus Christ, divine beings, sentient beings, deities of light, angels, divine masters, and all beings that are here to support us, clearing the energies and things that we're holding on to so that we can receive the blessing that is already ours. And I'm so grateful and thankful, spirits, that you continue to look into places where we're being stubborn, where we're holding grudges, where we're being upset about something, where we're creating belief systems or structures that do not support the blessing of God's love in our life. I'm so grateful and thankful for this wonderful awakening of spirit every single day to be of service to humanity, to love my brothers and sisters, to recognize who they are as I see more and more clearly who I am by having my mother and father God's love with me. I am so grateful to have an amazing family, amazing wife, and amazing community of powerful leaders such as everyone who's here and all those who will come later to remind you that you matter, that you're important, and that you living authentically, truthfully to who you are is honoring the divine in every way. We're so grateful and thankful for all that you bring into our life. So be it. Amen. Shalom. Mashallah. Namaste. Ahoa takua se. Aloha nui loa. Asheo. And so I'm so grateful for this beautiful time to pray for each and every one of you, including myself. Prayer is so wonderful, especially when we honor prayer, not from a place of feeling we have to beg our divine mother and father God, but we actually are saying thank you and then asking for more ways for them to be able to access energies within us that we are creating that's getting in the way.
But anyways, a lot of people say that the documentary was great. They loved it. All right. They said they loved the documentary. Beautiful couple. Child, they was feeling it. Let me show y'all some of the comments. I looked at it and I was like, what? But, you know, they saying, of course, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved the documentary, most beautiful experience. Okay. They love the documentary. I guess they was impressed, honey. I was not. But, child, honey. Anyways, so yeah, so what y'all thinking about? What y'all feeling? What else is there to talk about real quick before I end the live? I'm gonna probably like piece up these videos and make them their own separate videos because you know, we got to get into all of the things, baby. Let's see. I'm trying to see. Oh, Keith Lee had his third baby. Kanye lists all his ops. Child. A mess. So there's a lot going on in the world. I'm gonna separate this live into like separate videos. So if y'all see a bunch of videos with me wearing this, it's because I went live and we talked about all of it and then I separated it and made them their own individual video. Okay? So if y'all see me talking about one of these topics and y'all already seen it, still show some love, okay? Still show some love in the comments, but let me see. What are y'all talking about? Let me see who's on here still, because y'all are quiet. Y'all are quiet. Y'all are quiet. But all right, it's late though. It is almost 1 a.m. So some of y'all got to get the kiddos to school tomorrow. I got to get my kiddo to school tomorrow as well. So I am going to probably end the live. Also, I need to separate the video for my Diddy live. I went live talking about like the different stuff as it pertains to Diddy, like the inmate, the letters from the kids, the letters from the best friend. I did like a full live and lumped it all together, but I think I'm gonna do like individual videos of that too. So, you know, it just takes time to do everything, you know. I'm working by myself. Also, I plan to, like, there's this event that's coming up that is like a formal event. And I'm like, dang, I don't got no date for the event. But like, it's like a really formal, like dress up, like super formal type thing. And I'm like, you know, I can't wait to get dressed up, but I gotta work on a date from now until the event, or else, you know. You said you loved Shaman Durek for years. Okay, now. I mean, he seemed cool or whatever. I just ain't buying the whole love thing, but you know, he seemed like a nice guy. But I just don't feel the chemistry, you know, between him and Martha. I just don't feel it. I just don't feel it, baby. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe, you know, maybe it'll come to me. I don't know. But I feel like I'm talking to myself. It's so many of y'all on here and y'all not